Hey guys, Jordan here with VFX Vault again, and today we're going to go over this effect. So what we're doing is we're getting a bunch of points and we're drawing lines between them, and we're drawing the line to our character. So we have a set of points, and for each point in that set we're drawing a line, and then we're connecting it between our character and between our target point. Now this could be really useful for something like a tether effect, if our character is maybe connected to a point on the ground or maybe connected to another character. We could use an effect like this, and we could even set it up so that maybe after a certain distance the line sort of breaks and the character is free, or we could just have it as a simple connection like this. So let's get into it. Okay, firstly we're going to come down into our folder structure and we're going to go new Niagara system. Next, and we'll just start with the directional burst, and we'll go NS lines to point. So drawing a bunch of lines to one point, and then we can come into Niagara. Let's say turn the burst up to 100, get rid of the velocity, and maybe get rid of the gravity. We don't need that, don't need the drag, don't need the scale sprite by speed. Don't need solve velocity for now. Change the uniform size to 10. Change the life to maybe 10 seconds. The life min and max. And then we can change the looping type to infinite. And it loops every 10 seconds. We'll save that. So first we need a set of points. And then which are going to be these boxes. And then next we're going to need an array to plug them into, and then in the update, because we need this to be changed to our character, and our character is going to move around, so we need to put it in the particle update. So we're going to start with a scratch pad in the particle update module. I'm going to start with an array, because remember we need an array of points, so we have a position array, and we'll just leave this as position array. Next, we need to get our starting position, so our point position. So position type, so this would be our main point position. Now, if you watched our previous tutorial on using position arrays, a lot of this will be really familiar because it's almost the same thing. We just need to make a couple of small changes. So we're going to be outputting a position, because remember we're going to be setting the position of our sprites. Then we need to get a value from the array, so we go get. So we're getting a value from our array here. We need to get the length of the array, so how many entries does our array have? And we need to multiply our length without the -1, in case you watched the previous one. We need to multiply our length against our normalized execution index. So let's say we have an array with a length of sort of 4 entries, then we multiply it against our normalized execution index. So our normalized execution index is 0 to 1 for our particles. Then we multiply it by 4, so it will go from 0 to 4. And then we floor. So remember, because our array starts at 0, though, we're going to be getting the 0, first, second, and third, because we're flooring entries from our array. So plug it in here. And remember, floor takes a value, so we've got our normalized value, 0 to 4. Then we're flooring it down, so it'll be 0, 1, 2, 3. And then we want to go lerp, and we need to frac this value as well. So frac, because we want the fractional part of each step. So from 0 to 1 we want the fractional part, 2 to 3, or 1 to 2, and 2 to 3, and 3 to 4. We use that as our lerp to draw our line from our point, our given point in the array, and our target point, whichever we're setting in the module. So this would be our character. and then we plug it into position and we apply that. So next we have to come back up into the main level, and we'll just rename this just so lines to point. So our main point position is 0, 0, 0. What we can do is just plug in our engine owner position. Cool, so now we're getting wherever our particle system is in the world. The last thing we need to do is add a user parameter, because we want to be able to set the array. So we go positional array, and we'll just leave it as position array, and we'll just save that and make sure we drag it in. So we're overriding the value here on the input value. Save that. Cool. Now we can come back into the world, and if we drag that out here, see, nothing's going to happen because we haven't put anything into our array yet. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, you can see it's already drawing between our given point, which is the engine owner position, wherever our particle system is in the world, and 0, 0, 0, because those are the values initiated in the array. And we just want to come back and change the scale color. We'll just set this up to 1, just so the particles don't fade out over time. We'll save that, and then come back down, and we can copy in the position from all of our boxes, all of our given points. So we paste here, paste here, then the position here, we'll copy this, and paste here, copy this box's position, and again paste here, copy this box's position, this last one, copy, and paste here. Awesome. So you see, as we move it around, now it's tethered to all these points. So one more thing we can do inside the system is we can go ribbon renderer. So put on a ribbon renderer, and let's just make a new material, because I don't really like using this default ribbon material. So we'll just go m_ribbon, and we'll open that up, and just quickly, just for the sake of time, we'll just go particle color, and we'll just change it to additive. We'll just plug that into the base color, the emissive, and plug the alpha in here. We'll save that and plug that into our ribbon renderer. So now it's just a flat color instead of a gradient. We can close that. So if we have our ribbon renderer, we turn off our sprites here, and so we're just showing the ribbon renderer. You can see it's a little funky. It's kind of connecting back to one line and then back to the middle, and then trying to draw the whole line at once. So we need to organize each point into its ribbon IDs and its ribbon lines. So if we come back to our lines to point, we need to set ribbon ID, and with ribbon ID we can just quickly plug in, or if we go make ID, make Niagara ID, just plug these both in here and plug this into our ribbon ID. And then we also want to set our link order, so we go ribbon link order. So remember, ribbon ID is what ribbon is this particle connected to, so we can have different sets of ribbons inside of our particle system. So I'll have a bunch of tutorials in the future going over ribbons and ribbon ID and how to set all this stuff properly and do groups of ribbons, but for now we just need to know that ribbon ID is what ribbon is this particle connected to. So, you know, two particles might have an ID of ribbon 0, so they're on ribbon 0. Another two particles might have an ID of ribbon 3, say, and they're on ribbon 3, and they don't connect between each other. And then ribbon link order is in this set of ribbon, in this given ribbon set, what order are the particles linked in. So we can just use the frac number here really quickly. We can apply that, Save that. Now if we come back into our world, you can see that we have connected all of the lines. We can also come back and just make our ribbon a little bit thicker. So if we go ribbon width mode and we go direct set, so set up to 5, so now it's a bit thicker. So you see all the lines don't perfectly meet at the middle, but that's okay. I think if we change, we change our our spawn count to 101, then we can get them to meet a bit and join a bit nicer in the middle. And now you can see we've got a nice set of lines between all these points. So if we save that, and we'll just use the ribbon renderer for now. And then lastly, let's attach it to our character. So if we just go play, and then see there's already one that's already on our character, but if we come back, once we play, we can come down to our third person character. We go edit BP. So in our third person character, this is the one that I had previously. We can just stop the game and overwrite. So I'm just going to grab this one, plug it in here. And again, we just need to come through and we'll just copy the array from the one that we had in the world, or copy the position data. We'll go copy and paste. Cool, so now you see it's pointing to all these positions that we set. Save, compile, and then we can delete this one that we have in the world because we've got one attached to our character now. So now next, if we play the game, cool, you can see now we've got our character is roped to these different points. So I hope that was helpful. If you've got any questions, any comments, let me know. Please like and subscribe. We have a Discord channel, it's slowly growing, where if you've got any questions, feel free to come in there, ping me, ask me. I'm going to be posting all of the content from the tutorials that I make, and we've got something really, really big coming soon that I hope is going to be helpful to everyone trying to do VFX. So I hope you liked it, and thanks for watching. This is Jordan from VFX Vault.